Okay, well, for the Clippers to push this to 7, Paul George will need another big performance. Okay, so after 41 points in game 5, his point total is set at 30 and a half. Now, Nick, those 41 points were a season high and playoff career high. So does he get to 30 and a half?
Yeah, I think he can. And I said the same thing yesterday. I don't really remember who we were even talking about. I think it was Chris Middleton's prop where I was like, I'm glad the sports book didn't overreact. Paul George's total could very easily be a little bit higher, trying to capitalize on the momentum, after that huge game. But I think this number is a little more manageable. He needed only 20 shots to get to 41 points in that last game. He's taken 20 plus shots in 9 straight games. The usage rate has certainly been there since Kawhi Leonard went down. He's going to the line a ton. He's normally a lights out free throw shooter, although in this series he's closer to 75%. Had a couple kind of bizarre free throw games, but the attempts have been there, and in general, he's a very good free throw shooter. Like I've been saying, I think we get a pretty fast paced back and forth game. I think Paul George is playing some of the most relaxed basketball that we've seen from him since he came to the Clippers. I think he looks like surprisingly really comfortable in this role right now. Those 2 missed free throws aside that allowed Phoenix to steal a game early in the series. I mean, he has been fantastic in this series. He's averaging over 30 a game. He has 30 plus in 5 of his last 9 games. So, the numbers are telling me to lean slightly over on that 30 and a half total.
Jules, do you agree you're leaning slightly over here?
Yeah, I lean over. And like Nick said, I'm glad that, if you're going to bet the over, this is something where you could knock it up to 31 and a half, 32 and a half, because he's coming off a big game, because he's going home for an even bigger game. And it remains at 30 and a half. But for me, I'm looking at the 3-way prop, the points, rebounds, and assists over, or just straight up rebounds over, specifically if Zubac is ruled out again. If you look at Paul George's rebounding, last 3 games, 15, 16, 13. I played it over 9.5 at plus 130. The last game, as soon as Zubac was ruled out, if he's ruled out of this one, it's creeping. This one did creep up. It's 10.5, but you get the plus money on it. Scary number, but like he's playing 42, 43, 44 minutes. He's crashing the glass in that small ball lineup for whatever that is, 14, 15 rebounds a game the last 3 games. Things could tighten up. I said I like the under, so a little bit more of a rock fight, more rebounds to be had. So yeah, for me, it's either the rebounds over or the points, rebounds, assists over. The points should get there. Nick laid out everything for the points. I don't really have anything to add, but without Kawhi on the floor, look at this series really 6, 6, 8, 6 assists. That's going to be there as well because the ball will be in his hands. So points by themselves will not be a play for me, but those other 2 are the spots that I'm looking at.